We're going to talk about car shipping. So 90% of people, they go to Google, type in, how do I ship a car? And it's going to pop up with a ton of options, right? Like different companies are going to be shipping it.
Yeah.
How do you pick the right one? You're going to run into a few different companies. The majority of them being car brokers, right? Brokering the cars, which is not a bad option. More than likely, most people are going to go with a broker.
Gets such a bad rap out there. Don't really know why exactly, but in all reality, it's a very needed entity in the
Right.
industry.
And when it really comes down to some of the other ones, you're going to go to lead generating sites, right? Which is one that looks legit. Those ones end up doing is sending it out to a lot of other brokers. So you're going to put your information in there. A lot of other people are going to reach out to you. 5 to 10 other companies, they're going to price you out. You're going to get bombarded with phone calls, texts, emails. They're all going to give you a different price. It's honestly a pretty good way of gauging the market. At that point, what you're wanting to try to do is understand what all of those come with, right? The lowest price, do we go with it?
No,
No,
I would
right?
not. No.
So like there's going to be a really low price. There's going to be a median price where most people are going to be pretty competitive, probably within $50 to $100. There's going to be the higher end pricing. Not sure why, but there's usually kind of an outlier on the higher end, right? But you want to really understand the company at that point. That lower company, go look at their reviews. Go try to find them on the Better Business Bureau, on Yelp. Look at their Google reviews. Try to look them up on the FMCSA website, which is a government website. You can go to Safer and see what their authority, see when their authority was active, how long they've had a broker authority, something along those lines. And really dive into those companies. What you're going to find out is a lower price, you're going to find very little information. The median price, you're probably going to find the majority of those guys, you're going to have some kind of context to them, right? What they've done, what kind of reviews. They're going to have good reviews, bad reviews. You're going to find something about them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it really comes down to doing your research on those companies. Don't go with the cheapest. Just a recommendation in the industry, as long as we've been doing this, don't go with the cheapest. A lot of times we talk about this as an industry term, but they do a bait and switch, right? And they come in, they give you a low quote, they talk everything up, they get you to sign up the order, you give them all your information, you do a deposit down, and then they finally get it scheduled, they call you and tell you it's going to be more money. They bait you into giving you all the information, then they switch it up and they want more money. Usually ends up being higher than what the median is going to end up being, which is the unfortunate part. CJ had this story actually happen this morning. If you want to share that with them, I think that would be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. So the contact actually happened about a week ago, and it was a realtor who is helping her friends out move from here to New York. And she was asking me all kinds of questions. I was going over everything in the industry, and then I gave her our price. She didn't initially like it. She thought that it was a little bit higher. She comes back to me and says, "Hey, I'd rather be in this range." And it was extremely low. Like you're not going to move a vehicle from Arizona all the way to New York for the price that she wanted done. Which I understand everybody has their budget and everything. But when it comes down to it, these vehicles they cost a lot of money to us. You got to make sure you're going with the right person for sure. Unfortunately, what happened was, and I explained to her the bait and switch as well. But what happened was she went with a different company and they did that. They asked for a deposit. That is one thing that you should be very wary about in the industry. If you're talking initially and right off the bat, it's, hey, we have a deposit that you need to pay. Go ahead and pay that right now, and then we'll get started.
Right.
That's probably a red flag to me, which it sounds like this is what happens. And then this morning I come into an email. She wanted to utilize our services. Get her on the phone, and it turns out, she explained that she kind of got taken for some of that deposit. They never showed up. They stopped communicating with her, so now she needs our help, which we're gonna get her taken care of, or we'll get her clients taken care of. But yeah, biggest thing, those reviews and just looking out for that bait and switch tactic. Because I understand, $400 to move a vehicle sounds a lot better than $1,000 to move a vehicle. I get it. But when it comes down to that lower end, it's Just do the research.
Yeah.
Do that research.
And we're going to share some other context of what that looks like. You know, a lot of it's going to be kind of funny. We're going to share, even in this video, I'm going to pop up probably a couple different what $400 would be versus $1,000 would be, right? There's a lot of different people. The knowledge is what you're buying. The experience is what you're buying. You're buying somebody that's going to show up and know how to take care of that vehicle. You know, there was a study that I was reading that a vehicle is most people's second most valuable asset aside from their house, right? And in some cases, it's their number one. If they're renting a house, it's their number one most valuable asset. And they want to go the cheapest route to move that most valuable asset. You don't know who's going to show up, right? You want to be confident who you go with. You know, CJ made a point on the deposit to be weary about. Deposits are something to be weary about if somebody's asking you for money right now, right? Hey, set up your order. We're going to take a deposit right now. We'll get back to you. We used to do that at Cargo Auto Transport back in the day. What we do now, because we're very confident in what we do, we book the order. We get all the work done. We get the scheduling team involved. We get everything scheduled. Once we have everything scheduled, we have a driver set up to go pick up your vehicle. We then call you and say, hey, they're scheduled. They're going to be out at such and such day. The driver's going to be calling you. Now that the vehicle's scheduled, we're going to now collect that deposit or paid in full, right? And then the rest will be paid when the driver shows up with your vehicle. You're going to pay the remainder to that driver as they deliver your vehicle to you in one piece, right?
And you said the word remainder a few times. I just want to make it clear with cargo, when it comes down to the deposits, we kind of look at them as like a partial payment,
right,
in a way, because it's
right,
not separate from the quote that we gave you. If we gave you X amount on that quote, you know, whatever that dollar sign is, once we call and we tell you, hey, Malachi's the driver, here's his phone number, he's going to go pick up your vehicle, here's the estimated date and time. Once we do that, we'll collect that deposit, we'll process that payment, but then that'll knock off whatever
right.
that quote.
What you're trying to accomplish right out the gate is, who do you go with and why? And are they going to get the job done, right? So do your research. Really look into it. Again, go to the Better Business Bureau. Go to our website or go to a safer website. We have a network of carriers that we work with, that we've worked with for over 25 years. We also own our own trucks, and we've been in business with our own trucks for over 44 years. So we've been in the industry hauling cars for a really long time. And our goal, again, is to educate everybody. This channel is about talk about transportation and car transportation. Not just going with us, but going with somebody that you feel confident with, and we're going to walk down that path with you. So
yeah, even if you don't choose to go with us, and I know that we've said a lot of things. Did we say this already? Talk about that already?
I don't
I
know.
don't remember. And I know that we've said a lot of things here. Like you've talked about the FMCSA website, the Safer website, another
Right.
one the same, the DOT numbers, all of that stuff. It can get kind of convoluted when it comes down to it from a consumer standpoint. So if you need help, I promise you, like we're consumers as well.
Right.
Give us a call. We'll go over it with you.
Yeah.
Like we'll do some of those reviews. Again, we're not going to get into the down talking anybody. It's just not the style that we have here. But give us a call. Like we'll do the research with you, right? And any questions that you have, we'll answer. We're an open book when it comes down to it. So.
Right. Yeah. And just feel confident in who you're going with, what you're doing, what you're paying for. And again, we're going to create a lot more videos, but our goal is to educate with the knowledge and experience that we have. We want to educate everybody out there. So our YouTube video or channel is really focused on how can the consumer understand what we do day in and day out. We'll create more videos of cool things that we do every single day that we get to do. We're going to do customer interviews. That's going to be pretty fun, talking to a few of them. Drivers, we're going to interview drivers. We're going to interview some of our carriers, and we're just going to have a lot of fun doing it. And at the end of the day, we just want you to know what you're doing. And
that's the biggest thing is like we're all human here. We're all consumers. We want to make sure that you're taken care of. That's
right.
Essentially that's what we're looking at. Like when I feel bad. Some of these stories that I hear, I truly do feel bad
Right.
when I get them on that line and they're telling me some of the stuff that happens out there. And it can all be avoided by
Right.
purely just looking at Google and knowing what to look for. That's why I say give us a call. We'll look at
Right.
it too. Again, and then you'll know how we are when you get on the phone with us. It's not I'm not going to be pushy, come with us kind of thing. But give me a call. Let's do some research together.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, stay tuned for the next ones that we're going to do. It's going to be pretty awesome. And then follow us on all of our other social medias. We got all of it: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. Connect us on LinkedIn. We're going to do some stuff with.
When it comes down to the educational piece, what I do want to throw out as he's saying, hey, we're going to do all this stuff for you guys. Ask questions below, please do.
Yes.
If we obviously we're not in your head, so we don't know what those questions are. We've been in the industry for quite some time, so we have a lot of frequently asked questions, and we'll go over all of those. But if you have one that's a one-off, you think maybe you're the only one thinking it, there might be others thinking it too. Go ahead and leave that comment below. Let
Right.
us know. We'll get back to you as quickly as we can.
Yeah. Super good, good point there. Again, our goal is to go over all of our frequently asked questions that we have on our website that we've gathered over the years. So we're going to make video content about all those. But yeah, leave us comments.
Ask anything.
Yeah, make
Whatever
fun
it
of
is.
us.
We just learned how to make sourdough. Any question. Doesn't matter.
So yeah, anyway, stay tuned. We're super excited about this channel. First video on our channel, so we're super stoked. We're going to go back in maybe a year or so and revisit it and see where we're at. But excited that you're on the journey with us and really looking forward to it.
Thank you.